What is going on, my friends? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show. Here we discuss trending news and thought-provoking topics from the fields of politics, sports, pop culture, and all of the above. On this show, I'm so excited and honored to have the lovely Miss Juanita Wynn. She is a singer, Grammy-winning songwriter. I had the opportunity to interview her on a previous radio show I used to host called Viewpoint. Shout out to WPCE 95.3, I think 95.3 Peace. There we go. I know they just became a FM station a few years back, but I had an opportunity to interview her, speak with her. She is so awesome, an amazing artist, an amazing voice. I mean, just like I said, you know me, when it comes to music, it's all about the singing for me. As much as I love hip hop and other genres, it's just, when you hear, soulfulness, when you hear a voice that just brings you back to church, it just really, it calms you down. Because people always have to realize music helps the day go better, right? When you're going through things, when it comes to, if you want to celebrate, what you gonna do? You're gonna play your favorite song. When you're going through something, you're gonna turn on a song that's gonna be like, this is the right song for the right theme. So I'm just excited to speak with her. I know she has some new music out, some new projects, and I also want to get her perspective on the Cowboy Carter album. That's right, because she has written for artists like Destiny's Child. Let me see, Lala Hathaway, okay, Fred Hammond, just to name a few. So I would love to get her perspective on Beyonce's country debut country album. So I'm very excited and looking forward to that conversation. Again, the Arrington Gavin Show drops every Monday, Wednesday, as you see scrolling at the bottom, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you prefer to listen to us audio version only, you can check us out on Odyssey, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your podcast, you can listen to our show. All you have to do is just type in R Smooth Club Media, and you will find us. Also, those same exact days at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, R Smooth Club Media, on Rumble at the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as Facebook at R Smooth Club Podcast, and X at R Smooth Club Media. And one more thing, y'all, because as you know, we had a huge announcement a couple of episodes ago. We have had a great partnership with Ernest Smith Productions, ESPTV for short. You can catch reruns of the Arrington Gavin Show every Saturdays and Sundays at 7 p.m. You can catch them on their Facebook page at ESPTV, as well as online at ErnestSmithProductions.com. That's right, ErnestSmithProductions.com. And we're even working on a website too. Before you know it, the Arrington Gavin Show.com. The website will be up and running very soon, where you can watch past episodes on there. And we're just continue to grow the platform, and we're so excited to have we're just so excited to continue to grow and speak with you on these great times and great topics, because as you know, I'm a conversationalist. I love to have great conversations with you, the listeners and the viewer out there, and just so excited to to take the time, and I'm glad you continue to support the program. Also, I have to shout out our amazing sponsor, Ingenious Gin. You see this lovely bottle right there, Ingenious Gin. It is a veteran-owned, Black-owned gin, an intelligent spin on the original gin, infused with the absolute best and natural ingredients to create a smooth taste for the gin explorer and gin connoisseur. So, hey, this gin right here is the gin of thinkers. As you know, I'm a brown guy myself. I'm bourbon, whiskey, tequila here and there, but hey, this right here, this gin, it made a believer out of me. So please support. For more information, you can go to ingeniousgin.com to find where you can grab yourself a bottle, and it's some awesome stuff too. So back to the grand finale, in a sense, right? The lady of the hour. I'm so honored to bring on the lovely Miss Juanita Wynn. She is a singer, Grammy-winning songwriter. She is the one, the only Miss Juanita Wynn. Let me go ahead and bring her on for you guys. Juanita, how are you doing, my friend?
This ain't Texas.
Oh, look, Juanita got jokes, y'all. Juanita got and a sense of humor too, and a sense of humor. Oh,
Yes.
spot on. How are you doing, my friend? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's good. It's good. I can't complain. You know, why? Why? Just got to be grateful these days, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, and you know what's funny? When I've always had conversations with people, especially just anybody walking, man, how's everything going on? You know, nothing. Can't complain. No one cares anyway. If tell me how start complaining, I'm like, okay, well, that is true. So it's like, but you look.
Yeah, you
That
know?
is awesome. I see nothing but great stuff. I see what you post and everything, and everything looks like it's great going on with you as far as with your career and the music and
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
great stuff. I know you have a new single and stuff out. So what has been going on as far as with you since the last time I know we spoke? Maybe about maybe a year and a half ago, a couple years, maybe not too long ago.
Yeah, just still doing music. And I've just been trying to, I don't want to say recreate myself,
Mm,
but um, see myself in where I am today.
love it.
Because we always evolve, we're always evolving. And once we get that in our heads, there won't be so many divorces. You have to
That's right.
really, we have to understand that who I was at when we first got together, I'm not that person anymore.
Mm,
Now I want to take up golf. I might not want to watch a lot of movies. I used to really, I could watch one movie after another. Now I've got my other hobbies, other things that I
I
see
love it.
more important. And so just trying to um, accept, whether other people accept it or not,
Mm,
the
mm.
changes that are evolving within myself.
I love that key word you said, evolving. I always will tell people, I'm always going to be a student because I'm learning every day. No one should ever think they know everything. I'm always continue to know because the more you know, the more you grow. And also, when it comes to hobbies, you have like it's such a beautiful world we live in, right? And tomorrow's never promised for us. And it's like, look, I can't just sit down and binge watch as much because there's a lot of stuff to watch on TV. I mean, when it comes to all the streaming services, it is so much stuff so much content to watch. But it's like,
Yes.
let me pick up something. Let me enjoy myself. Let me enjoy nature. Let me enjoy the blessings that I still have because we're a very privileged society. Like you don't understand when you go to certain other areas, it's like, wow, you take stuff for granted and you just gotta, always say thank you. Always gotta wake up and say thank you.
Yeah, I work with children,
Mm,
and I was thinking about that the other day because they'll either bring me something, draw me a picture, or bring me some pretty yellow flowers, that they found in the grass,
mm,
dandelions. And today, one of the little boys had a big, beautiful green leaf. And I thought to myself, I said, children got it.
mm.
They get it.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
what we are taking for granted, and we're looking at all these little, oh, put that down. You know what I'm saying? And it might be their way of showing us and reminding us of the simple things, the things that matter. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? In life, it's because, I love children. My heart is big for kids.
Mm.
So, I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I think take everything they give me,
Absolutely,
but
absolutely. And,
yeah.
and kids are very intelligent, very smart. Like you said, it's just people have to sometimes wait a minute, listen what the children are saying for a second. Listen and don't just think just because they're younger, they don't. You'd be surprised because they're very intelligent and they catch up really quick. And it's like you said, it's just the little things. I mean, in a child's world, there is no back and forth. There is no fight. There's always, hey, let's have some fun, let's play, let's do this. Regardless of nationality and ethnicity and all that stuff. I mean, they're just they kids will be kids. It's funny because my wife and I we became dog parents a year ago, and so of course our
Oh,
parents are like, so what about them? What about when you get a pet? I'm like, all right now, all right, slow it down a little bit, slow it down, slow it down. This dog is a lot right now. It's a lot right now, but
hmm.
I for the audience for the audience here that are new to Miss Juanita Wynn. Now, mentioned earlier, singer, songwriter. I always love to go kind of a background trip down memory lane of, how you originally got started in music. Can you share with the folks, when did it first start for you? When did music first come be a part of your life?
Well, my father was a pastor, and my oldest sister, Patricia, she used to write music, and she wanted to do an album eventually, but she pulled myself and my other sisters. I have seven siblings,
Wow.
um, and one has passed away, Rachel, but
Sorry to hear about that.
we would come together and harmonize. We'd sing different places my dad would have us go, and my
Mm,
mom trained me, took time out for me, to teach me how to. I guess I used to sing really breathy back in the day, so I still do. But you know, she she something about that air. You know what I'm saying? When you sing and you add that little, and it's to me, it's just good lungs, good
there
lungs.
you go. There you go.
So, but that's where it started. That's where it
Wow,
started.
wow, wow. And when you so that's when it started. When did the love of it start for you? Was it around that same period, or did it start on a later time in your life?
Later, I loved music in general, really. I used to
Hmm.
sneak and listen to Stevie Wonder and Prince,
Wow.
Heat Wave. But one particular time where it became real to me was when we were finally recording that album. And it was my turn to sing a song called God Said It, my sister Patricia wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just the feeling of, wow, everybody is hearing. I've just felt like my voice was never really heard. So I
Mm,
used to
mm,
crack a lot of jokes, thinking, well, they'll hear my jokes. I used to,
mm.
I still have a sense of humor. The joy of the Lord is my strength. So I'm going to keep that. I like being that. But that particular day with those headphones on, I heard my voice for the first time.
Wow,
And
wow.
I knew this is what I want to do.
Mm. That is so awesome. I spoke with you before the show, Juanita. I had the opportunity of we just finished production. I was a part of a upcoming music singing songwriting competition show called The Full Package. And as I mean, I'm no musician. I served as a backstage host, but I got to really watch a lot of the artists continue to grow their passion, their dream. They had a dream and they wanted to pursue, and I see the growth. I see the struggles as well. As an artist, when you wanted to pursue that, was it ever easy for you, or was there some walls getting to, like, where you're at today? What was how was the journey, starting up as an artist?
At the beginning, it's easy.
Mm,
You know, at the beginning, it's easy when you're doing it. I mean, for me, it was at least because later on, as I went on and grew in my career, I felt like I had written about everything. So
mm,
then it became harder because now I've got to look for concepts. I
mm.
already wrote about that. I got 10 songs about this. I got, oh man, if I write that, so and so just came out with a song like that. And once I learned the rules
Mm-hmm.
of songwriting, because see, I didn't seek out to be a songwriter,
Mm,
I just
mm,
happened to be discovered.
mm.
So so I thought, just write, just come up with roses are red, violets are blue. If you love me, I'll love you. And it's like after a while, they're like, no, your lyrics are predictable. You already wrote about that. Are you
Mm,
writing about that again?
mm,
How many more
mm.
songs are you going to write about your broken heart?
I'm just
Well,
I'm laughing so hard because I feel as though, and I think as an artist, or excuse me, as a songwriter, did it ever go through your mind, like, why you say, if you were writing something that was around the same kind of topic, did you ever like think, well, consumers are not going to catch on to this? It's good music. Why, but I feel like, because for me, I'm like very detailed when it comes to like what I listen to. I can't sing a lick, but I love, love, love music. I do. I love great artists. I love great singers, And it's like there's some artists that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm like, I feel like they're always doing the same thing. It's like the same thing, and sometimes it still will sell. I mean, really, like some top notch. I'm not gonna say any names, but they continue to repeat, and it's like, it's like we hear it, we see even new upcoming artists. I guess they think because that's the what the people want to tune into, or that's the money maker. So they're gonna get like, am I kind of, you hear what I'm kind of saying a little bit, like I'm all around the place right now.
No, you're not. I'm going to tell you something. Okay, let me be discreet
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to say the artist, but I will
Mm-hmm.
say this. It's the barcode, okay,
Mm.
that tallies up and shows how much was sold. If you're a billionaire, you know, and you want to push an artist and you want your artist out there, you need a barcode.
Mm.
There's a
Mm.
specific artist that is out, that was out at this particular time. The label she was signed to was a well-known label,
Mm-hmm.
and I was told, now I wasn't there, but someone from the inside
Mm-hmm.
explained to me that the reason why the barcode was so important. They said this particular company bought hundreds of thousands of sneaker bars and put the barcode on it.
Wow. Wow.
So when you go buy that sneaker bar, it's saying you bought Boogity Boo's CD. And you're like, wow, how they blow up? They're not that good. But
Mm.
I
Mm.
guess,
Mm.
I guess because it's, okay, well, wow, maybe I'm the one that's behind.
Mm.
Maybe everybody's getting it but me. So there are many ways that people make it, and then there's some genuine ways that people just have. You either have good performance,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
stage presence, or you got great vocals, or whatever, or either you just got good backing, you
Mm.
know,
Mm. Mm.
a support system, and it's important to have that. I'm not saying that that's wrong,
That's
because the question is, if you could do it, would you?
how much did you say?
Thank you.
Look. Let me tell you something. The way these groceries are, look. Just say the word. Just say
That's
the
what I'm
word.
saying.
Wow. Wow. That is very interesting
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I always, my friends and I, we will always have, because we have obviously our own, which genre is better or which artist is better. We have our debates between the two, and then we as just listeners, we always try and go into details. Well, look, this and this and this and this and that and that. And so it's interesting that you say that, because I feel as though it's the same thing will occur sometimes in politics. The same thing can happen in business. I mean, that's that when you said that backing, they when they want to see something sell, they're gonna do whatever they can to continue to grow that. um
That's how they make their money
wow.
too.
Well, look,
That's how they make their money.
as a writer,
Concerts.
you've accomplished so many great stuff as a writer. You've hit it to the highest peak as far as winning a Grammy, which is like, that's already mind blowing.
I think you're freezing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't hear that. You're freezing. You're freezing up.
Oh, how about now? Can you hear me? No. Uh oh.
Yeah,
Hold
there
on.
you
Yeah.
are.
Oh, I'm good. Okay. I was asking about the moment when you became a Grammy winner. I mean, that's something that people thrive and continue to push to win. How was that feeling when you found out that you won?
I don't know why you keep freezing.
Uh oh. Well, what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna do a quick commercial
You're
break.
there now.
Oh, we're gonna do a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back. We're having a little technical difficulties. No worries, no worries. While we're doing that, we're gonna do a quick commercial break, and we're gonna have more with the lovely Miss Juanita Wynn. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. right, y'all. We are back. We are back. Let me see if our guest is back on. I don't know. I think we're still having some technical difficulties. Let me bring her on. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Let's try this right here. Hello, hello.
Yes, yes.
Awesome, awesome. How am I sounding on my end?
Yeah, you sound good.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, look, we are last conversation we were having, Juanita, was when you had became a Grammy winner. I mean, that's to me, that's where it's like, okay, look, I can retire now. I'm good. I done achieved what I had to achieve. I'm good. Call it Christmas. But that had to be an exciting time because it's like all those hard work. Because might I ask, what was the year in your career when that happened for you when you won the Grammy?
Ooh, that was 2018, 17, 18, 17.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
So that
2017, 18, before COVID.
wow, wow. So you've already, wrote for many artists that, before then and really so what I mean, how did that moment feel for you? Like what was the feeling when you heard the good news?
Oh man, when I got the call, I was like, huh? I got a Grammy. Well, I didn't even know I was nominated. I would have showed up to the Grammy, you know. Um, I was excited. It was a bittersweet time for me
Mm,
because at the same time I was going through you know, my marriage was really rocky. We were on the verge of separating at the time,
mm,
and it should have been a happy moment. And I just couldn't celebrate it like I wanted to,
mm, mm.
because I'm like, this the love of my life. Everything is going so crazy. You know, how can I celebrate? So, but after it all, after the rain washed away,
Mm.
I was just grateful. You know what I'm saying? I was just
Absolutely.
grateful because I know I've worked so hard in the business. I've worked so hard. I don't know if this will make sense to you, but I'll put it in these terms from growing up in Reno, Nevada, and where there's a lot of gambling. I've heard gamblers say, after they win this big money, you're like, gosh, look at that. This, are you kidding me? I've given this casino more than this, you know? And I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So I felt I've given the music industry so much. I've sacrificed so much, Arrington, time away from my children,
Mm,
from being signed to Quincy, and they say, Juanita, Eddie Murphy's coming out with the PJs. They need a jingle. We need you
mm.
to work on that. It's time sensitive. And I'm in there like, I tell my kids, y'all find, get you something to eat, whatever. I'm there recording till late at night to early in the
Wow.
morning, taking them. That was many times
Mm,
I've given to this industry, you know, to feed my family.
mm.
And though I'm doing it because I want to feed my children, still there's a part of them that's like, you know, I needed you at this time, at that time, and it's like you can't say, I had to do what I had to do to feed you. I was a single parent, you
Wow.
know,
Wow.
and so though I was grateful then, just like I'm grateful now.
Hmm.
I employ people. I tell them, you know, don't forget your family in the process. Take them along with you for the
Absolutely.
ride. Because both of my children are jewels. Both of them sing, write. My son can play the piano a little bit, guitar a little bit.
Wow.
He
Wow.
writes. He has a good ear. I actually got a Dove Award for a group that my son helped me even hear the hook right. It was Get Ready, Get Ready, Get Ready for Virtue.
Wow.
And my
Wow.
son was like, Mom, that note is not. You need to, you know. So, I don't know. I'm grateful. I don't take nothing for granted. Nothing.
Absolutely,
I've
absolutely.
learned not to take it to my head
Hmm.
because every man, every woman, and I say this all the time, so somebody probably heard it before, like she's saying that again. But every man, every woman is your teacher, and every man, every woman is your student.
Mm,
Because there's something I know that you don't, and there's something you know that I don't. That's what makes us able to work together.
mm. I love it.
So,
I love it. I've always um I've used it that in almost in a different context. I've always used it as I'm just a conversationalist. I rarely read books because I'll get my learning from conversations. I'm like somebody will you learn so much within a conversation. You might find something new from me. I might find something new from you. So that is so awesome, and that is awesome. I mean, the fact that your kids have now inherit the music bug like you, which they have an amazing teacher.
oh,
But
they
that
don't
is
want nothing to do with it. No,
oh
no,
that
no. They listen. And my daughter speaks two languages. She's
what?
Spanish and English fluent. Okay. She at one time she did. You can go on YouTube and see her. Her name is Rayvon Martinez, and I'm gonna
Wow.
tell you, she can sing. Her voice is beautiful in Spanish and in English. You know, but they want nothing to do with this business. She has a podcast though.
Oh, well, that look, I gotta bring her on. I gotta bring her
You're
on
gonna
for
have to bring
sure.
her on. I'm telling you, she's got a podcast. She's doing really, really, really good. It's called The Conundrum
The conundrum.
on YouTube. You can put in The Conundrum. It's her husband, and three other hosts that every Thursday. And it's amazing just to see her. Sometimes I go on and I just look at her and I'm like, I miss it because when she comes on, I'm in bed because I got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I'll watch the replays, and sometimes I shed a tear because
Mm,
I'm so proud of her and where she's. I'm proud of my children. My son is in the Navy,
that's awesome.
7 years. He's a logistics specialist. So
That is awesome.
if it wasn't for my mama and my sisters helping me raise my children through this music while I do
Mm.
this music and everything else, because you need a team in
You
this. You
need you
need a
need a
team.
village. My mother was a single parent until I was 7, and then she had got married. I'm fortunate. My father's still in my life. I had a bonus dad, when my mom got married when I was 7, but I've always been a mama's boy. But my mom always said, because I asked her, because she's been a real estate broker for about 34 years, been a very successful one, and I've always asked
Wow.
Mom, like what are how like I know you had moments where it was like, okay, you were just always overwhelmed because being a single parent is not an easy job at all. But she said, look, I was fortunate to have a village. Your nana, your two aunts, they I had to have a village, and it's so important. The fact, because I as a newly married, I'm thinking like, obviously we will like kids in the future, but I get nervous because I'm like, well, I'm a workaholic. I'm trying to I'm learning how to take care of a dog right now. How would it be to take care of a human and this and that? And you get overwhelmed. My mama's like, hey, as long as you have a village, everything will be okay. I'm like, well, whew, as long as you look, all right, mom, remember that now. I remember that.
She's right. She's right. She's right. It's
Mm,
a blessing. I see, sometimes we we think that our children are there, it's ours. But I've found through the process of life, my children, especially my son, was a blessing to my mother.
mm,
you know you need that legacy. You realize it later. Sometimes I say I wish I would have had two more children, maybe two more. My son's like, forget about it. I'm the baby, that's it. Hang that up right there. No, it ain't happening. But you after they're gone, they're grown up. So yeah.
that's very true. Well, look, I would love to get your perspective on, because you happen to write like for so many artists. I mentioned earlier in the intro, you were in for a Grammy nominated artist, Fred Hammond, one of my all-time favorite gospel artists. That was actually my very first concert I ever went to. I was a little kid. It was a local church, and he came to perform. tore the house down. This was Fred Hammond when he had the long locks. You had the long locks, and it was like it was dope. It was an awesome time. But you wrote for Fred Hammond, Layla Hathaway. I mean, one thing, because you were talking about breathing when you sing, Layla does this trick, and I don't know how, but it's like she sounds like the almost like a
Two
strong wind.
vocals, two
Oh my
tones.
goodness!
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness! Is legendary, but she's an amazing artist. I'm a huge fan of hers, as well as Destiny's Child. And I wanted to bring this conversation with you as far as Beyonce made headlines recently by with her newest album. She went to a whole new genre. She went to country. That was hence the joke in the beginning of the show when you had said this ain't Texas with the hat and everything. She went country. The first question I would like to ask: did you tune in? Have you listened to her newest album by any chance?
I heard This Ain't Texas. I heard that. I heard that. I haven't is the whole album out?
The whole album is out. I think it's out on different streaming platforms right now. And it's 27 songs. It's a total of 27
Wow.
songs. Now, for me, that's a little too much for me. I think I'm good for like 8 to 10 max. Um, I
That's a
think of
lot of writers on there. She's got a lot of writers.
whew,
That's not all her. She's got some writers to do that
wow.
because we're not machines.
That is insane. Well, what'd you think of This Ain't Texas? I mean, what as a songwriter, as an artist, give me your like say your keys, your grade on that song alone.
Well, I heard some country stations complaining, saying that they would never play it,
Mm, mm.
and as if we were taking something from them. But when I hear it and I hear the banjo, I actually think of back in the day in slavery
Mm,
times. We played the banjo, and our tunes sound like that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It was
absolutely
like
right.
it was those instrumentations. And I also think about, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but in my little bitty studies of music, I've learned that all genres of music came from Africa, you know, and South Africa.
Mm,
So I think that as artists, come on, you can't get mad at me because I'm a painter and I decide to use neon colors when you're like, you weren't using abstract coloring before, you know. No, I'm an artist. And sometimes people want to put you in a box,
hmm
even doing gospel and R&B, you know. I had someone that loves me um say to me one day, "Are you doing gospel for this time?" I was rehearsing for this show, and I said, "No, it's R&B." And they said to me, when are you going to stop straddling the fence
mm,
and give your life to God and stop doing that R&B and B and gospel, going back from R&B to gospel?" And it really sent me to bed.
mm.
I mean, that whole weekend, I called my friend Annette, and I was like, I told her, like, after it was over, I said, I was crying all this particular um, day, that this particular weekend. I said, because I care about the person and I care about what they think. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And family member, very close to me. And I'm like, but I'm not doing anything wrong, you
Yeah.
know? So people want to tell you how you should sing in music, how you should um what you should and should not perform, or that's not you, that's not your style. I love Indian music. I love so many things about Spanish music. I love some cultural music, African,
Same.
music, beat.
Very
I love
very
them drum
versatile
beats.
music. I
I, I,
love I
I
love
mean,
music.
but they want to say, "Oh, you're too old to do that type," or either you're African American, black people don't sing that, or they do. Man, listen, would you just go be great how you want to be great, and let me be great like I am trying, like I want to be great. I've worked with Beyonce alongside of her, and I don't know her, but what I did experience, she was very kind,
Mm.
very, very kind, and very, very, very talented. Very talented. So I have to, I have to look over some of that stuff and just let people do what they do. If you don't like it, change the channel. Go listen to something else. I don't
But-
know.
Well, it's so
So
funny because we live in such a judgmental society, and when people were first complaining about Beyonce transitioning to or producing, or perhaps not producing, but she was going to have a country album and going country, I was so frustrated because I'm like, last time I checked, her hometown is Houston, Texas. Uh, she's always been a country girl. She's just happened to be a great artist that
she's from
enjoys.
Texas.
She from Texas. I'm like, and then on top
Yeah.
of that, so many of our past artists that really started country music, yes, were African Americans. You had Charlie Pride. I know she had an artist, Linda Martell. I believe she was the first African American. Oh my gosh, I think she was the first African American female artist to perform at the Grand Ole Opry. And it's like people forget that because they just say, like you said, they try to shoot people away.
Right.
Like, all right, this is art. This you don't belong here. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what kills me because I feel as though, and again, just listening to, I love a variety of music. I never said I never can think of being in one box. I have, my country selections. I have my gospel. I have my R&B. I have my hip hop, rock and roll, soft rock. There's so many jazz. I mean, there's so many genres to go from. But I just
Absolutely.
but and it's funny when you had mentioned, you told your story about somebody was saying stop straddling the fence. I've had a member, not a member of my family, but somebody in my inner circle had told me, I because I'm, as an entrepreneur, I've always had multiple businesses. I've always tried to not just stick with one. I'm like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And when I started this one venture, they're like, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? What's he doing this way? My mother said, my mom was my biggest cheerleader. She said, what, define an entrepreneur, please. They said, okay,
Thank
then,
you.
and then walked away. Said, okay, then. It's sad because sometimes people that you think is close to you can almost be the ones that put you down. And it's unfortunate. But that happens in our world.
But they don't, well, people fear what they don't understand, you
Mm,
know? And and we've been trained to think this is, this is right, this is wrong. But if I'm going to talk to you about the man that I love, I'm not going to be going, oh, hallelujah. And he's like heaven falling down. And, no, I'm it's going to be loving. It's going to be, I'm like, I ain't twerking. You know what I'm saying?
please don't twerk in the name of Jesus. Please,
It's
Lord,
in
please
the
don't
name of
twerk.
Jesus, okay. But I mean, that would be a big jump. Now, those who are twerking on and they're doing that music, that's between them and whatever. But don't be doing gospel on Wednesday and twerking on Thursday. That's the thing. It's a big jump. Now that's a big jump.
You said that's that's
Okay.
that's a look in the words of former President Donald Trump. That's a huge jump right there. That's a
Huge,
huge
huge.
jump. Uh,
Yes,
but
that's huge.
one more question I'd like to ask before we end the conversation. I would love to ask. So when it comes to music, is it the words that defines which genre it, like, the song belongs in, or is it like the beats, or is it both?
It's the music. It's the music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, because I could sing that song Beyonce singing and with a different flow, with the
Mm,
same words. That's why, there's remixes out there. You know what I'm saying? They
gotcha.
use the music, but they turn something that was deep, deep, deep R&B from back in the day into a hip hop song. You know what I'm saying? So it's the beat, it's the drum beat, the heartbeat, and that's what changes it, in my opinion. But words, though, I mean, there is a language as well,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a when you're talking about, like, let's say rap or hip hop or something like that, it's a culture.
Mm,
I some of it is hard for me to hear, and like I said, because my love for children, I believe that us songwriters and artists, we're touching the masses. We can say all day, I'm not a role model. You watch your own child or whatever. Still, you've been given a gift to
mm,
be able to touch my child's ears
mm-hmm.
by being on the airways. So when your song comes on, you know what I'm saying? And they happen to be in the car with somebody else, they hear that language, they hear what you're putting out there. Um, so I do believe that lyrics have a lot to do with it as well, you know.
I
So
understand. Got you, got
yeah.
you, got you. I forgot to ask in the beginning, Juanita, who are some of your idols in music? People that you look up to, is like, who are some of your favorite, just artists, really? Or
That's tough.
if you could think of a few, if you could think of a few.
Man, that's really tough. Now or then?
Ooh, that whichever one was easier to answer. Whichever one is easier for you.
I was really, really influenced, thanks to my sister Patricia, who used to sneak me in her dorm when she was in college, and her roommate, the lady in the girl or the girl that was in the room next to her, she had Stevie Wonder records,
Mm,
and I loved me some Stevie Wonder. Oh my gosh, you are the sunshine of my life. Shaka Khan,
mm,
loved, oh my goodness, loved her. Shirley Caesar, I was a huge fan because she told stories at the beginning of her songs.
mm-hmm,
And she
mm-hmm.
made me want, when I started writing, I realized, I said, I want to tell stories. I want to, I was telling stories on stuff you didn't need to tell. Like, no, I don't think you want to put those deep lyrics to that track because that's a dance track. They're not going to be dancing, they're going to be thinking,
Mm,
So I learned that some songs you just need to make a statement,
very
But
true.
Shirley Caesar, I loved her back in the day, the commission.
Yeah.
Um, I have to say that. And um, really, really loved 702. Today, there's many that I love. Mary. I could
It's
go on and on. I
you
love
name it. You
music.
name it. Nothing but like true legends in my. Because I.
Listen,
What were you about to
this
say?
is going to get you. There's a group, it's a Spanish group. They're called Los Bukis. And they have a song called Me Siento Solo. I speak a little Spanish.
I see.
And
I hear you now. I see you over there. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's called Me Siento Solo. And I loved, my daughter hates it because I sing it. I would
Wow.
just start singing the song. And she just, really, mom? Really? You know? So I love music. I just have always loved music.
Latin
Really.
music has a beautiful sound because I like I'm big on Mark Anthony and
Yes.
oh man, oh my gosh, I can't think of the name that saved my life, but I've always tuned into when I can catch it, the Latin Grammys as well as like the great. Those are like some of my favorite award shows to tune into, as well as the BET Awards. But I will say the BET Awards had changed. I don't know. It's just they used to be like a go-to like family tradition. Oh, boom, the BT Awards come on and we gotta watch it. In my opinion, it's kind of changed a little bit
It's
where it's
changed.
not as but
Yeah.
I still tune in and support. I still do because I mean, hey, that's but
Yes.
um
Mhm.
but Shirley Caesar, dope. That was a concert I took my when I was a little kid. It was my mom, myself, and my grandmother. Because my grandma at the time didn't really go out to like concerts like that, but we took her to see like CC Winans. We took her to see Shirley Caesar. But Shirley Caesar, her voice is so timeless because I'm pretty sure Shirley Caesar's in her early 80s, but I don't know. It's just like she does. Her voice is an instrument. Her voice is
Yeah.
such an instrument, and she has certain runs that I'm like, do you
She's
realize how she just said
powerful.
happy birthday to herself? Like she just freestyled and she, no one can do that. No one can do that like Shirley Caesar.
No, no. I mean, it's just we're just gifted. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We're a gifted people.
Mm-hmm.
We are a
Mm-hmm.
gifted people, and it doesn't really matter who you are. We just this gift of music when it's in you, you know. I mean, some make it that it's. I don't want to say nothing bad about anybody's gift,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some that just have it. They've got that gift and they're genuine in it. They weren't made or
Mm-hmm.
created
Mm-hmm.
into this artist.
Mm-hmm.
They are, it's just in them. And Shirley is one of them. Like
Yeah.
she's one of them. As a little girl, she had an influence on me.
Mm.
Route 66, those songs she had. Oh, my King Heroine. Listen, I mean, I would just be listening, getting dressed for church, just listening. So I'm glad my parents were into music
Mm.
to the point to where they gave us that, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. My dad, he was a guy who loved, say, Earth, Wind and Fire and the Temptation, but he also loved the Eagles. He also loved Genesis. He also
Yes.
loved he loved Hall and Oates. Like, I mean, it was very
Come
versatile in my
on.
house. So my mother, on the other hand, Barry White all day, LL Cool J, because she's a New Yorker. LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, Eric Benet. She adores Eric Benet. She loves Eric Benet. And then my grandmother, she had her collection of artists. Well, I know she always loved Prince. I do know she loved Prince, but I can't remember like any older artists. I mean, he loves Shirley Caesar and stuff, but I was in the household where we listen to everybody. I mean, everybody.
Well,
But
we
it's
didn't
just
listen to everybody in the house. We don't listen to gospel. But when I got on the school bus, like they don't have music on school buses now. But on the
mm-hmm.
school bus, at school, Jeremiah was a bullfrog, Cats in the Cradle, Silver Spoon, all that other stuff. You know, come on, that was it. Toto, Africa, that song Africa. Oh my goodness,
Wow, wow.
what's the guy's name? Um, he Steve Perry.
Oh yes,
Oh my gosh, I could go
from
on and
the
on.
he was the original singer from oh Lord, Journey, right? Yeah. And he had a
Yes.
share was it? Yeah. I mean, he had a his
I've
voice was
been waiting
he has a
for
very unique voice,
eternity.
very unique voice.
Mm-hmm.
Um I,
That was, God, was that Foreigner 4? Yeah, man.
that's I'll listen to that till this day, and it's funny because my wife, we both love Adele. That's kind of how we both kind of when we first started dating, because we met in college. She loved Adele. I'm like, I like Adele too, and she would sing, sing a little Adele. So we would sing to each other, just just jokingly and stuff. But we have our favorite artists, and it's
Yeah.
always a good time. I mean, but we share a love for like '90s artists, because it's just out early 2000s, the R&B genre. We have like SWV. We recently saw a Drew Hill concert that they celebrate 25 years. They sound perfect, like just acapella, perfect, so good. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I could talk for hours when it comes to music with you, Juanita. I
Music.
definitely know you're a busy woman. Before you go, you have a new single out called "Thank You." Can you tell us a little about that new song, and where did the inspiration come about this new single?
Man, listen, when I was living in New York City, I was working with, I did some tracks to, wrote to some tracks written by
Mm,
Darren Lighty, who did so many songs. No more shopping sprees. No, on
mm,
that one, and he did "Ooh, Say What, Say What, Say What." You know, he's an amazing producer. Well, I wrote "Thank You" years ago,
wow.
and he said, "Juanita, now I have a single that I'm supposed to be dropping called Blood, Sweat, and Tears." But I was like, let's get this moving. I can wait on that. And he's got like so many artists that he's written on. I mean, artists that have been doing something and he's written or they've written to his tracks.
Mm,
And he's like, I don't want to die, with all this music I have. He said, I want the world to hear these great artists and, what I've done, And so he brought us together and it's called The Collectives.
wow.
And it's 10 of us. And he's dropping each, at a time, and we're doing promo. He keeps saying, Juanita, you got to do me another promo video. I'm like, Okay, wait, I gotta get cute. Today's not the day. Maybe tomorrow. But he's such a genuine heart. I mean, he's so talented, and he loves the Lord. He's genuine. I
Mm,
mean, his heart is so pure in this. And I was like, you got me. I'm in. I'm in.
that is
Whatever I need to
awesome.
do. And we're all promoting each other. You know, it's not a, oh, he put mine out. No, no, we're like, I'm going to share your music on my page. I'm
Mm,
going to share your music on my page. So together, no big eyes, no little U's. Everyone has come together and just said, hey, we're going to support each other. And Darren is the reason why Thank You is out right now.
mm, mm.
I've got 134 songs in my catalog, and no one
Whew.
has heard not even half of them. So,
Wow. 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 Do you so man, see, every time I say last question, something pops up. This not even in my notes. Um, when how does an idea of a song come? Like, does it just occur? Like, if you're walking down the street and like, oh, I need to like, because you said 130 songs. Like, do you just say, look, right now I'm gonna write a song, or does it just hit you like a I don't know, like just out of the blue?
I mean, I can write about what we're talking about right now. I could write a song called Out of the Blue. I mean, there's things that happen that I remember the Winans wrote a song, and it said in the lyrics, everything you touch is a song,
Mm,
and it's the truth. If you tap in and you're present, because you have to be present, otherwise you're going to force a lyric. You got to force it. I'm gonna write a song about a man who loves me so much and took me away to this big island. Well, and that didn't really happen. You can't really write it as your story. I have to write somebody else's story, you
mm,
know
mm,
and it's easier when it's your story. So sometimes just ideas come. And I've listened to some of in different phases in my life. The songs were kind of about different things I was going through in my life. When it came to Thank You, there's a place in the song, I was just saying, you give me reason to live, in the
mm,
song.
mm,
Because at the time, I didn't feel like, when I wrote Thank You, I told Darren I didn't feel like I wanted to live.
mm,
I just felt like, you could take me now. I don't care. If the world is weird right now,
mm,
music industry, Sony wanted so much from me. I felt I could never give them. I thought
mm,
I would be in that deal forever, and it was a very bad deal.
mm.
And I, but I made it through it. So my thank you is, you're so amazing. You give me reason to live. Tell me what can I give? You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So that's all in the song. So I'm thankful to Darren that I'm even able to share that song with the world, because it came from a real place.
That is awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, the lovely Miss Juanita Wynn. Juanita has a new single out called "Thank You." Be sure to follow that on. You can get it on any streaming platform. Please listen to her. She's an amazing artist. She also has an awesome foundation called World Win Foundation. World Win Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about that foundation, Juanita?
Yeah, World Wind Foundation was my foundation. In 2016, I started that 501. When COVID happened, we slowed down. We kind of different ones. So much was going on. I didn't think I was going to do it anymore.
Mm,
But we're revamping, getting it going again. So much going on. So many more surprises that I'll share with you when the time comes. But I'll have to come back on here for that.
Oh, you already know. You
hmm
already know. You already know. You got to invite.
So, it's all about working with women and children, helping to support our next generation, and doing our part, doing my part in, spreading love and support for
That
my
is
fellow man.
awesome. That is awesome. Well, again, I truly thank you, Juanita, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come here on the Arrington Gavin show. I truly appreciate it. I know our listeners and viewers here enjoyed this conversation and are gonna continue to relive the greatness of Miss Juanita Wynn as far as in your music. And I hope listeners, y'all that are tuning in, please continue to support Miss Juanita Wynn. You can follow her on all social media platforms. Check out her new music. She has a new single out called Thank You. Again, singer, Grammy-winning songwriter, Miss Juanita Wynn. Thank you so much, and please do not be a stranger to this show. You are always just pop in from anytime, just randomly, just pop in. I'll probably be like, wait a minute, Mr. President, hold on, Juanita, is this you? What? Like, I got to talk about something.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you that.
Well, thank you so much, my friend, and peace and blessings, and all your great success, and just stay safe, and we'll be in touch real soon.
Okay.
Awesome.
Take care. Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gents, man, what an awesome just conversation, and awesome individual. Shout out to Miss Juanita Wynn. She was naming just the artist she was acknowledging. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Who doesn't remember Shirley Caesar? Come on now. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, yams, ham. Like, come on now. Look, Shirley, man, and then 702. I mean, just timeless music. But I enjoyed the conversation of when she thinks of when she thinks of a song, when it comes to songwriting. She gave you the details when it comes to as a business, right? What goes on for those who are tuning in. You might be an artist, a musician that want to continue to grow your career in the music industry, maybe as a songwriter. Please, Miss Juanita Wynn is a true expert, and like I said, just an icon, Grammy winning songwriter. She wrote for Destiny's Child, okay, Destiny's Child, Fred Hammond, Lala Hathaway, Ben Tanker, jazz gospel artist Ben Tanker. She serviced for Quincy Jones Publishing, the Quincy Jones. They just call him Q, okay, the Quincy Jones. So I'm so hyped right now because I just had a Grammy winner on my show. Kind of shaking right now, kind of shaking. But y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that conversation. Please be sure to tune in for a great conversation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as you see scrolling at the bottom of the screen there. For if you're watching Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via audio, Spotify, iHeart, Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show at 5 p.m. if you prefer to watch the video version of this program. You can do so on YouTube at R Smooth Club Media. You can also do it on, you can watch it on our Facebook page at R Smooth Club Podcast, and R Smooth Club Media on X, formerly known as Twitter. Where else? Oh, and then also shout out to Ernest Smith Productions. Okay, you can tune in and watch reruns of the Arrington Gavin Show every Saturdays and Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPTV on Facebook, ErnestSmithProductions.com, and sooner or later you also be able to watch it on the Arrington Gavin website, ArringtonGavin.com, where you can check out some past episodes and current episodes on there. So y'all be easy, stay blessed out there, stay safe until next time. Until next time, I'm out. Bye.